my name's Sam Grainger and I just studied or finished up the Masters of Urban Planning and Design here at Monash. So this studio was the Inclusive City Studio led by Carl Grodak, and it looked at Fishermans Bend, which is a precinct going through a big urban renewal and transformation project at the moment down in essentially part of Port Melbourne. But the whole studio was about how do we plan for industrial areas as inclusively as we can, and trying to find ways that we can balance protecting traditional industries that people might typically think of in an industrial area, like heavy and manufacturing kind of industries, and protecting them and retaining their staff, with still inviting and creating enough flexibility to bring in newer, more advanced types of industries within it as well. So our project was titled Fishermans Bend Matters, and we looked at kind of 4 key components, which was advocacy, access, protection and purpose. And so within that, protection was around how do we shift zoning and regulation to protect certain industries within industrial areas. Purpose was more about using design overlays and design regulation to kind of promote it through more subtle means. And then access was looking at ways that we could rethink how transport's done within industrial areas like Fishermans Bend to invite more sustainable methods of transport, but also allow for heavy freight to still pass through without being too disruptive. And then my specific part of the project was looking at advocacy. So how do we take Fishermans Bend, which is really important and contributes significantly to the Victorian and Australian economy, and kind of make it known and identifiable. So I took more of an approach of looking at how we could build up an advocacy network that was equitable and democratic, as well as creating kind of a branding campaign that would essentially invite designers to take all the different things that make up Fishermans Bend and create kind of like a branding scheme that can be used by businesses to put logos on their products, but also to create murals and large-scale installations that could be visible from outside of Fishermans Bend as well. I think that's one of the things that makes planning really, really great, is that there are a billion different ways you can go about it and different avenues you can take in your career depending on what you want to do.